Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
It's me, your homie Shane O'Mac, coming to you live from the Three Bells Podcast, the East New York section of the Three Bells Podcast table. Wow, what a week we've had. Hope you had a good and awesome weekend because we made it, everyone. We've made it to Friday. Happy Friday, TGIF to one and all. We're about to start the show, but before we start, I can't do this alone. I am joined here by the homie, our Google.com, our historian. It's that cool guy, Triple J. Jay, what's good, man?
Yeah, it's your boy, Triple J, now live in your city, here on stereo, everybody. Shane, what's good, my guy? It's a good night, TGIF. Salute to everybody out there. LeVon, boom, I see y'all. Holla.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a jam-packed show. We're going to talk about SmackDown. We're going to talk about news, including brand new news that just hit our table about a half hour ago, as well as birthdays and celebrations. So I don't know about you guys out there. I don't know about you, Jay, but me, I am ready. Let's do it. Let's hit it. This is Three Bells. Now, before we continue, just so everyone knows that being that today is Friday, this is the last day of our guy, Mr. Mundo, aka Mr. CEO, Dez. He is taking the week off, so he is also off tonight. Hope he enjoying his vacation after a very long 2 weeks of the Mania season that we had here at the Three Bells podcast table. But he is going to return. He's going to finally return on Monday. And yes, he's going to host it. He's going to be working. He has a lot installed for us, including a surprise that you don't want to miss. So be sure to tune in for our surprise next Monday with our host returning, Mr. Dez, Mr. Mundo, Mr. AKA Mr. CEO. Can't wait to see you next Monday at what is it? 11:15. Okay, so let's go. We're here in New York and we are going to Pittsburgh, and that is where SmackDown was tonight live. They had, and this is a weird number, Jay, they had 14,994 people that packed the arena. So I'm saying that this is weird because if my math is mathing, all you needed was 6 people to hit 15 G's even. So you mean to tell me that the arena and all the surrounding area, you couldn't find 6 seats in order for you to hit that 15 G mark? I mean, am I looking too deep into this, Jay? Or you know what I mean? I mean, 14,994. Like, I mean, that's a big number, but 15G, like, like somebody had mentioned on the mic earlier, I mean, later on, that's a bigger number, don't you think?
hmm Honestly, yeah, because come on, there had to be some type of standing room only somewhere in that arena. Sure, they could have fit 6 people to stand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But wow. But something just hit my head and I'll explain later. I think
Do so.
I think what just hit my head is the reason why we didn't have 15 Gs, but we're gonna go back to that. But Jay, are you
Okay.
ready? We are going straight to the ring for a match. This is match number one, Jay, where it was
Yes,
LA
sir.
Knight versus AJ Styles. Their revenge
Mm.
tour is continuing. And the winner from this match, Jay, is going to face Cody for the title at Backlash France. So, Jay,
Mm.
why don't you explain to the party people what we've seen tonight or what you've seen tonight in this first
Well,
match?
well, Shane, you know me. I usually, time the commercials when they first come out. And bro,
Mhm.
5.5 minutes into the show, we got a commercial at 8:06, bro. I said, hell no, this has got to be fucking kidding me right now. Like, yo, the guys just literally started grappling, throwing each other around, and then next thing you know, the commercial hits. I said, what momentum are they giving us fans towards watching this fight? But,
Mm-hmm.
and as always, we missed some parts on commercial, and like what I noticed was besides them two headlocking it for like a good 2 minutes, the kicks by Night, and AJ was getting his head bounced off the announcer's table. The baseball slide by Night. Then
Mm-hmm.
when they came back, they were punching back and forth. The crowd's chanting "Boo yeah, boo yeah," and then that running superplex by Night. I love it because of the fact they showed us an overhead view of him actually doing the move, and I thought that shit was fire. But then AJ responds and like 2 seconds later, gets back up, hits a Pele kick. Then Knight hits him with a power slam. And then all of a sudden, the ref gets hit just a little bit to turn around and AJ poked LA Knight in the face, hits him with the phenomenal forearm, and, and gets the victory, just like I was saying last week. I knew AJ was gonna tie this series at 1 because basically now LA Knight is gonna do the same shit that AJ did at Elimination Chamber. He's gonna do the same shit. He's gonna travel all them miles to fuck him over. That's my guess. Crazy Shane.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of that match, did you hear what the commentators said? That AJ skills overpower LA Knight. Because I said that before. That was why
Mm-hmm.
I had predicted that AJ was going to win over LA. Because knuckle for knuckle, pound for pound, AJ style has it.
Right.
Popularity, merch seller, the marketing and the paper competitor, LA Knight wins that. But all in all, and all around, you connect all the dots together to make the superstars the superstars. To me, AJ Styles wins it. And I am so glad that he won this and he gets a chance to get that much closer to the title. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this with AJ and Cody. This is going to be something interesting, don't you think?
Yeah. Yes, because with those two being in a faction years ago, this is only the beginning with those two as far as here on our brand. And bro, this is cool. I love it.
Mhm.
I you know I want to see AJ give Cody a good fight. We already know that's gonna happen because he's phenomenal, bro. When he says it, he means it, and he could be in his mid 40s, but boy was moving tonight. I give him more the credit. But just one thing, and Shane, you as an audio guy, bro, I think they're playing this song of AJ's too loud in the arena that you can't really hear it, but just the beginning of it, and I'm confused, bro. Like I I can't understand it. All I hear is "you don't want none," and then that's it. I don't hear the rest.
I
I don't
think
know if it's
it's
me.
a remix. I'm not sure. I think it's a remix because even his intro is different. And
Hmm.
I tried to look up his new intro so that I could use it as an intro for our show tonight. But there isn't one. All there is just the original and like 40 seconds of the new remix before the beat comes on and before
Right.
he pops out of his stance. So, I don't know. Like I guess he was trying to do like a rock thing where he tried to mix his old with the new, but yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of weird, but it's AJ, so hey.
Like I wanna like it, but it's so hard to like it because of that. I
Hmm.
wonder if there's like something in the audio where they gotta lower down to make it more arena friendly. It's just,
Well, it's
I don't
supposed to
know.
be technically different anyway, different from what we hear on TV and different from what the audience, the arena hears. So it's like two different thingies of the same thingy. You know what I mean? But hey, and if anything, let's see what happens when he fights Cody.
All right.
Because as you know, Cody has like, that big song and then he has the pyros and stuff like that. But then again, not for nothing, AJ has pyros also that I noticed tonight. So
Yes.
let's see how that plays. Let's see if we would like really get like a solid new theme song from AJ in time for Backlash France, which is in a couple of weeks, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
All
is.
right. So Jay, I've been thinking about this all day. And I've also been thinking about it today as I'm sitting here talking to you, right? So
Hmm.
For Monday during our Raw show, it was just you and I. And we had like this more personal one-on-one conversation with Raw, yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then on Tuesday, we was fortunate enough to get our homie Boom. You got Boom to join in because he has expertise in NXT and he did a phenomenal job and he was a ginormous help for us in terms of filling in, those gaps and answering, the questions better than you and I in terms of how the show went and everything like that. So shout out to Mr. Boom for covering for us. But then we have another homie that I think it will only be fair for us to have him as a special guest at our table for tonight. You think that'd be okay, Jay? I think it'll be okay. Don't you think, Jay?
For sure, my bro. You already know.
All right, so if possible, I would love it if I could have the homie Lawan to join our table. I see he's here listening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press his chin, and then I'm going to say that. So Lawan, I sent you an invite. Answer, goddammit. All right, and then he's going to join in, and then we're going to continue our conversation with Lawan's input because Lawan he is a huge how you say a huge admirer of the WWE brand as well. He's part of the universe as also us. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are proud to welcome our special guest for tonight. It's our homie, Lawan. What's good, Lawan? How are you, man?
What up, bros? What up, man? Good to see y'all. Good to hear from y'all. Three Belt Podcast. We are here. We are lit. Let's get it cracking.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You.
sir. But don't plop yourself on that couch too quick. You have work to do. I'm putting you on I'm putting you to work right now. We just finished talking about match number one with LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Quick fast, what are your thoughts on that match? And are you happy with the winner?
I'm happy with the winners, giving AJ Styles something else to do now. And also he's a excuse me. He's a Bullet Club member just like Cody Rhodes. So seeing them guys, they got history with each other from other programs they wrestled at and all that. So getting them to see them together go against each other in the WWE finally is going to be great.
That is very interesting, Lawan, that you mentioned that the fact that Cody and AJ they were part of a faction, so they have like this very interesting pre-existing relationship. And it's like, do you feel that they know each other or still know each other well enough that like Cody can say, I know what AJ's about to do. And then AJ the same could say the same about Cody. Oh, you've done that years ago. Like are these guys can these guys use that as their ammunition? Or are these just two totally different AJ and Cody's that they're about to see at each other, uh, Lawan and Jay?
I think that during the segment, because they're gonna have a contract signing next Friday, maybe they bring up some of the old stuff that they used to do while trying to get into the WWE, talking about how they used to travel and just working with each other. And then now them sitting in the ring together, Cody could be like, man, you have changed. You're a completely different person. And then this story could go further than what it is right now, in my opinion. Because, like I said, they have a lot of history with each other. So I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that Triple H don't mess it up. Never know. I just want to, I just want to see that.
Facts, facts. I definitely want to see this match too, based on the fact, with them being stablemates, I want this to be a fight that sells, bro. I feel we gonna get AJ and Cody at the best of their abilities and the top of their games. They're in France, they're in a different country at that, and they want to make the international fans satisfied. And I got a feeling they could have put on one of the best matches of that night. It's only but deserving, and I'm hoping they do bring up something within them talking about the Bullet Club, but don't mention the Bullet Club in it, since I guess maybe New Japan still has the rights to calling it that name. But I want to see how they bring it up. That's all.
That's an interesting prediction that you're saying that before we even get the full card. But I understand where you're coming from, and I understand why you say that. So yeah, it should be interesting how they will try to recreate that faction without calling it that faction. You know what I mean? It's like instead of saying chocolate, you'll say cocoa. It's like, we know what you're saying. It's the same thing. So before we continue to move, let's play some messages. And of course, it's from our
They
boom.
were not in the faction at the same time, though. I'm pretty sure Cody came after when Kenny Omega was the leader.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like with Finn Balor. AJ wasn't there at the same time, and eventually those two met up, so this is kind of like that. Except, well, it's weird, because, yeah, Cody was kind of a leader. I don't know. But, yeah, Cody came in during the Kenny Omega era of Bullet Club. So that's the short way around the long way of that. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom. So, so yeah, Lawan. So if that's true, then what? Then I mean, if that's what true, what Boom is saying,
I
then
believe
there
that is
is.
true, Boom, what Boom is saying. But again,
Mhm.
we still get two members going against each other. So again, that's still kind of a little bit of history now because again, they're just members going against each other. So again, it's also something new for AJ Styles to do because since he's came back, it's just been him and LA Knight, him and LA Knight. So now we get to see AJ go against somebody else, and maybe, like I said, this storyline could go further than what it is.
Ah, okay. So it's more of just a connection of the culture of the faction rather than the relationship between them two personally inside the faction. Ah, okay. Gotcha. All right, so we had a quick look back at last week's Bloodline story. Very interesting story. And it led us to the backstage area in the parking lot where Mr. Solo came out looking like Nino Brown from New Jack City. And, he had someone next to him as he was talking to Paul, and he said, Paul, I'd like for you to meet the newest member of the bloodline, my MFT. Okay, I'm going to play dumb for a second and ask, what is MFT? Jay or Lawan? Can any of you answer that question?
Bro, no idea what it means. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I like when it was said, I messaged Des back in the group chat, and I'm like, yo, did this motherfucker just say MFT? Fuck does this stand for? Really? I don't know. My favorite Tonga? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, motherfucker tongue. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Motherfucking tongue. Yeah, there you go.
I would think that too. What's his first name? His second, middle name, and last name?
Motherfucking tongue. There you go. Because as you see throughout the night, you're going to say, oh, this motherfucking Tonga. I'm telling you, MFT.
Oh shit.
so, after that, fellas, basically Solo had this mission to look for Kevin Owens. It was like, is Kevin Owens here? Is he here? Take me to him now. And let's be reminded that Mr. Solo wanted to act like a new boss or a new head. He is 0 and 34. Let's just keep that in the back of our mind as our lives continue, as we invest in this storyline. So let's just say, how much power do you actually have? For you have very little to no wins. This is zero right there. See, 0-34. So, speaking of winning, I think we won tonight because we're in the ring right now with our awesome general manager, Nick Aldis. And then here comes our favorite guy, Triple H. And as Triple H was walking down and, of course, showing love to the universe, a quick flash, a little jolt of the screen, I don't know if anyone noticed it, happened right before Triple H gets into the ring. Apparently, it was another QR code that flashed. So if you was lucky enough to catch that code, or be like me and go to Twitter, you would see what that code was. Jay, would you like to explain what the code was? Because I think you scanned it and you shared with us what it was. You know what it was? Do you know,
To
Jay?
me, yes, it was. It looked like someone in a hoodie, in a black hoodie, and then you seen the clouds, but in the clouds it looked like it was like an Egyptian like dog with eyes going through it. I don't know. It looks like something, like an animal with eyes going through it. So my first thing was that, like an Egyptian animal just laying there beaming. It's something symbolic that I don't know, but it's crazy. It leaves you head scratching, most definitely.
Mm. Did you see that same image, Luan, or did you see something different?
I see the same image, man. It took me a little bit minute to find it because that code catches you off guard. You never know when that code is coming up. So, good thing I got DVR, so I'm able to rewind it and take a picture of it. But um, there's a lot going on with that code, man. I can't wait to find out who it is. I think I have an idea on who it is because I'm doing research. I'm even focusing on the pictures, enlarging it to see clues and all that. So I looked on Twitter, and in my opinion, if you enlarge the picture, the first person that's holding the crow kind of resembles of Uncle Howdy. I don't know if it's a reach, but it kind of resembles Uncle Howdy. Um, the second guy kind of resembles Eric Rowan because of the bald head. I don't know if that's a reach either. And the person that's behind it look like a female, which could probably be Alexa Bliss. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this is a reach, if I'm just thinking too hard. I don't know.
It sounds very interesting, though, and I don't see why what you said wouldn't be what it be, because what else would it be? And why not it be those characters to give us more nuggets, to give us more hints as to what to possibly expect moving forward, because they gave us clues in the past and they're giving us more clues. So I'm guessing that the next clues is probably going to be even more people that's going to join, and maybe when we're going to expect to see something. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for a possible one or two more people, because I would like for this faction to be like 5 people deep minimum. Like that's a good faction to have 5. Let's have 5 people in this faction and then tell us the date, because we're excited. Like, we saw the documentary and we're ready. We are so ready. Before we move forward, I'm going to quickly play this messages, and then Lawan, I have a question for you. So I'm going to play this one message from
Did you
Lawan.
catch the coordinates like they did with the previous QR, for the Bray stuff? Did you see the coordinates that's basically probably saying where they're going to show up? They flashed it very quickly.
Mm. So that's another thing.
Hmm.
Into Lawan, the coordinates. It probably talks about the location of a future Raw or SmackDown live show. Maybe Lawan. That could be possible. Mm-hmm.
I would definitely have to rewatch the video and look myself.
Yeah, yeah. But since I have your attention, Lawan, and then Jay to follow, because we're still in the ring with our general manager Nick Aldis and our guy Triple H, right? So they bring out our current tag team champions, Grayson Waller and his best friend Austin Theory, or Theory and his best friend Waller, however you want to do it. They come out, and they just a bunch of cornballs, just as corny and cornballish, just a bunch of dweebs. It's like, dudes, I don't know how you made it to this mark, but yeah, whatever. Being very disrespectful for Triple H, and I'm saying to myself, I said, fellas, don't say another word, because Triple H will definitely turn to the game because he still has a little bit in him, and he's just gonna wear your ass out. But they didn't, and we was presented by new titles. We got fresh new tag team titles, and the name of the title is the WWE Tag Team Championships. Jay and Lawan and Jay, excuse me. What do you guys think of the new name as well as the new design of the tag team titles?
Well, to me, I like the raw belts better. I ain't gonna front, but I still do like these belts. It's a different belt. They're different belts. It's changed to the belt. It's changed to the name. So I'm interested in what's gonna happen with these tag team belts. They also resemble the old belts a little bit on how the design looks when SmackDown and Raw first started splitting together. So it kind of looked like the old belts, man. So I'm excited about that. And it separates the belts looking different from the Raw and SmackDown belts, because previously the Raw and SmackDown belts, they looked very much the same. Only thing that was different was the straps and the colors. So now that they look totally different, I like it. Good job, Triple H.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. When I saw those belts, the first thing that came to my mind was like when I first seen like the Hot Foundation win the titles, like Demolition have the titles in the 90s, and you would be like, oh man, them belts are fire because they was just a certain like the shape that they were perfect back in the days, and to rebring that, that's just nostalgic. And then the fact that it says world champ, like wrestling champions on the bottom of it, I'm like, oh, that's sort of like universal because when you're a when you're wrestling champions, you could probably go all around and wrestle now. You don't have to sit on SmackDown and defend these belts. More than likely, I hope not. I hope you could go around and defend because this shit looks nice. I ain't gonna lie. I want them to keep it like this for the foreseeable future. Don't change it. It looks great. And Triple H, thank you for bringing something that was in our past history. I love it.
Well put, Jay. Well put. And it's interesting because I even said to the chat, I said, guys, did you notice they used the word wrestling? There was a time where WWE didn't use that word. Like they tried to eliminate that word off the human vocabulary. But now not only do they use it verbally, but it's on an actual title. It's stitched on a title. And I like these titles because it looks more 3D-ish, like it looks more detailed than the previous title belts, which looked a little flat to me. But I love how both tag team titles are not called Raw or SmackDown. That way, like Jay said, they could go anywhere. Hell, they could go to NXT if it goes to that, and it'll be okay. It could go anywhere. All of these titles now can go anywhere because it's not NXT or Raw or SmackDown. They're giving it a universal name, and I absolutely love it. Before we continue, let's check out a couple of messages. Excuse me, I'm so excited. Hey, look, it's Hennessy.
The coordinates led to France, and there was another message in us. They were talking to us. I'm gonna put them in my profile picture one by one for y'all to catch when you can. Just let me know when y'all catch them.
Mm. You hear that, Lawan? According to the coordinates, it's France. That,
So that
that,
sounds pretty. That sounds like pretty soon.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Do we know? I don't have it on my notes. Do we know the date of the PLE, the Backlash France? Lawan or Jay, quick fast.
It's next Saturday at like is what 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon for us.
So Backlash.
Yeah,
Okay.
backlash. Yeah, next Saturday that'll be what the 27th. Yeah, 27th.
Hmm.
27th. Yeah, today is the 20th. Next Saturday is the 27th. Correct. Wow, already. Wow. We have more messages. We have one from Tina. Hi, Tina. Nice. The fans know exactly who that laugh is from. Uh,
Is a friendship that'll never ever end. What?
uh,
If you're feeling lonely today, come along and
mhm,
throw your cares away. Throw your
yeah.
cares away. Throw your cares away. Throw your cares
Mm,
Yo,
wow,
that was
Tina.
fire.
Wow. Wow. Shout out to
Yo,
Tina. Thank you so much for giving us that memory lane. It's like, man,
Thank you,
it's,
look,
Tina, man. Thank you.
for
yeah.
sure.
I mean,
Yo, look,
yo,
Hennessy sent us the first one. It says, I set them free.
I see it. Yes. Yes, if you're looking, everyone, he's listener number 4. It looks like I set them free. Thank you, Hennessy. Shout out to you, man, and thank you so much for giving us that coordinates. France, huh? Next Saturday, huh? Interesting. So, before we continue to the match, we went backstage quick fast for Naomi, for she had a couple of words to say about her match later tonight against our current women's champion, Bailey, or how we like to call Bay. And she was just basically saying, yeah, I'm gonna fight my friend, but this, that, and the third, we still gonna fight and still gonna be friends afterwards, just that and whatever. I mean, unless you guys have anything that you want to add to this, we can move on, Lawan and Jay, about the what Naomi had to say backstage. Nothing too much, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, there's
Yeah,
two
nothing
more
too much.
messages. Two more messages came in from Hennessy, and it's out of the Mary Clay and
Mhm.
open their eyes. Mm,
Mm.
mm, interesting.
It's very interesting.
I'm
I.
definitely keeping an eye on his profile as it switches.
Mm-hmm. Let me find out. We got Uncle Howie as like a guest, like the whole time Henny was Uncle Howie. Can you picture that?
Oh my God. Okay. While you did nothing. That's another one. Mm,
Wow, you did
mm,
nothing.
what? This is very. Oh, I wonder who it is that he's coming after.
Yeah, that sounds personal. That doesn't sound like something for us. That sounds, yeah, that's personal. Oh, okay. And is this the coordinates that he just posted?
Right. Four,
Okay,
5. I don't understand those coordinates. I'm not good at that shit.
but he was saying that these coordinates will land us to the spot, I guess, where we're gonna have our Backlash France.
Right.
Okay, okay, cool. Well, before we go to France, we got to stay here in Pittsburgh before we go into our second match. And this is the Fatal Four Way match, fellas. And the winner of this Fatal Four Way, well, Fatal Tag Team Four Way, they get a chance to face our current and our brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. So we had Street Profits of Bobby and Friends, New Catch Republic, Legato Dave Phantasma, and Jay's favorite, AOP of the Final Testament. Luana, I'll have you go first, and then Jay to follow in terms of your thoughts for this match, as well as the winner. Did you think that the team that won? Luan, Jay?
Well, for me, this had a potential to be a great match. It had a potential to be a great match. And the only reason why I said it is because of these damn commercials. These commercials just ruined the match, man. So I think we had like 3 or 4 commercials during that entire match, which kind of messed it up. But I'm satisfied with the win. The Street Profits are probably the biggest tag team on SmackDown right now. They're most popular, so it would make sense to give it to them. But yeah, proud of them. Good match. It could have been better because of the commercials, but it was a decent match. And it saw some great moves, man. Some great moves pulled out.
Facts. It's true. That's what I was seeing myself. When the match was starting, within the first 7, 8 minutes of that match, they went on a quick commercial. You know, that was another match where momentum was probably built more during commercial than while us watching the show, because by the time they will come back to the show, we'll start seeing these guys doing their aerial moves, their kicks and everything. And it was cool. It was cool to see, because the fact is, you're seeing these guys just being tossed left and right also. And they all said fuck it at one point during this match and all jumped AOP. Them bums. They are bums. The two biggest guys weighing damn near 700 combined pounds in the ring, and they suck ass. Really. And, I like the fact that Bate and Tyler, when they formed with everybody, they put Razor on Bate's back. Man, if Bate was to keep on spinning with Sun on his back, I was gonna say, "Oh shit, this little motherfucker's strong as hell." He is definitely a primetime guy for sure. And I'm not mad with the outcome of the match because as I think we discussed this earlier in our chat, and we was like, New Catch Republic has already had two chances. Why give them a third so quickly? And with the Profits, they're more believable. They've been champs before. They've been long. When they held them belts, they held them very fucking long. And I'm pretty sure the international crowd in France will love to see them two guys face against Theory and Waller, A-Town down, the disrespectful champions. So, yeah, I hope Street Profits take it from them early so we could see this little Waller and Theory beef already because I don't really believe in them as champions. And maybe they gotta just sell it to me first since they haven't had no defenses, but I ain't gonna say nothing until I at least see them get 3 defenses successfully. We already know how Waller is with his little cheating scheming ways, and Theory is similar. So somebody's helping them. Somebody might help them, or they'll just cheat themselves. But I'm looking forward to that match in Backlash, and I hope the Profits actually get this because Bobby and friends need momentum to the fullest.
So Jay, let me ask, who do you see, and Lawan, maybe you can answer also. Who do you see helping Walla and Theory? Because it seems to me that almost everybody like hates them. I mean, I can't think of anyone that would possibly or maybe or perhaps would help them in
I
terms of
wouldn't
winning be profits. Like, who do you see, Jay?
I wouldn't be too surprised if it's Logan, if he doesn't have a match for that time. But if it's anybody else, it would have to be someone that has beef with either Tyler Bate or or Pete Dunne, like an old rival from NXT,
Mm.
A la Carmelo Hayes, because we didn't see him tonight. I thought we was gonna get him tonight, so maybe they're saving him for Backlash. You never know. So
Mm.
like also Bashane, you forgot to mention that spot you saw earlier. I didn't peep it with Bait. I didn't peep that. He busted his ass over the ropes.
Yeah, yeah. Did you notice that, Lawan? Like
no,
it happened. It was a wide shot, and you can see it on the left. Like he was like on top of the third rope, and he just tilted over. And I'm like,
It looked like a spine tingler to me, man.
it was so weird because there was action going on the far right, and I don't know. It looked like he was trying to reach for somebody or something, or he slipped, and he just fell. He just tipped over. It was so weird, and it caught me on the side. I caught it on the side, and I was like, "Did you guys see that? Did anyone see that?" But a handful of people actually did see it on Twitter, and they replayed it. That's how I managed to get that clip and shared it on our chat. But I'll share it on the other chat as well. But
To answer your question, also Shane, um,
yes.
I don't really see nobody really interrupting. Maybe besides Logan Paul, and maybe Logan Paul could get some momentum having a match maybe against Bobby Lashley to have maybe a United States title match against him. Maybe just to
Mm.
build momentum for that
Hmm.
team because they not doing shit right now, like you just said. So maybe that could start something and help them get on TV more now.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. And finally, Bobby will have a chance at gold again. He'll get his title back. It's been a while that that title has been on Bobby. So, yeah, to be continued on that thought. Hmm. There's a couple of things that I have noticed also in this match. First off, the Fireflies. Thank you so much, Tina, for for sharing those track with us. And I'm gonna share with you, Tina. If you noticed this match, the Fireflies was in the house while the match was going on. Did you notice that, Jay? Did you notice that, Luan? They was all
Hell
over.
yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
I definitely did notice it. It had to be something going on in the arena for that to happen, man. Because we didn't see nothing on TV besides the lights. So on the
Right.
phone. So maybe something happened in the arena for people to
Because
react to that. Maybe.
I wrote on my paper that the Fireflies was spotted at 8:56 p.m. I had to write the time down just in case.
Yeah,
That's,
because the
that's
match was still going on, right? The match was like what
yeah.
over what minutes long with the
This was
commercials.
like what this during the second commercial. Before the second commercial, I think they started the Fireflies because
Mm.
it was definitely was like two or three commercials.
Yeah,
Weird.
I really wish they would invest into the picture in picture theme, but maybe that's just like a USA or a TBS type thing. Because I notice those two networks, they do the picture in picture, but for some reason Fox doesn't. I mean, I hope CW would do that as well as Netflix if they have to do that moving forward. But I don't know. We'll see. There was one more thing that I noticed in this match that was interesting. Remember, guys, how Montez leaped over the ring posts and landed on AOP? Didn't that look exactly the same as the leap he did at Mania and landed on the same two guys and almost landed almost into the first row in the audience? It looked the same to me. It was cool. Like that was like one of the wow the highlights of the entire match. But hey, congratulations to Street Profits. I thought New Catch Republic was going to win, actually, being that they was going to go to France, and maybe New Catch Republic would probably, I don't know, get like a bigger pop or whatever down there than Street Profits. I'm just thinking in terms of that route, but I like Street Profits. I glad they won, and we'll see. Good luck, Street Profits. Keep that momentum going. So let's check out a couple of messages before we continue. Henny
All right, let
said.
me just correct myself and everybody because I seen someone say France, but then I just went and looked up the coordinates and I've seen more people talk. It points to some cave that's in Slovenia. It's a town or a city in Central Europe.
Hmm.
And in the little video thing from the QR code, after you press it, it's some man standing in front of this big cave as well. So that kind of makes sense, but I don't know. This is eerie.
A cave?
I wasn't as excited for these tag teams that were involved. I didn't understand why ALP was there. I thought they were going to be NXT. The other teams, I mean, unless you're actually going to let them win, I really don't see excitement for who could win those belts. It all matters if you're going to let them win. That's going to give me excitement. And I don't know. Do they believe in these teams to be tag champs would be my question.
I mean, Henny, Jay and I, we had this discussion about AOP, and it is really becoming a thing for me that AOP are just big ass fillers. Okay, so we have this fatal four way. We need four. We need four. We need four tag teams. Of course, we got Street Profits. Of course, we got New Catch Republic. And yeah, let's come over here and let's get two guys from Phantasma. Let's get them. And who else can we get that's fresh and we don't want them to win, but make it look good, make it look interesting, put some power in there. Let's go across the street to NXT. Let's get AOP to come on in and have them, get their feet wet. Hey guys, you want to come on SmackDown? It's prime time, bitch. Come on in. You're not gonna win, okay? Like get a good sell, but you're not gonna win. That's who they are, Jay. AOP is just a bunch of big guys that does ouch and wow moves, but at the end of the night, they're not going to win. And if they do win, it's probably they're only going to win what doing a main event taping or maybe a live show. But these three big brand shows and maybe NXT if it's not a title match, Jay. Does that make you happy, or are you still ready to go on a rant every time you hear those letters?
I would say as long as they stay on NXT and don't be too annoying, I'll be all right. Don't highlight these guys every week because they don't deserve to be highlighted every week because everybody's beating them and all the little guys, these little tag teams are beating them. And if this was back in the days, bro, a team like them would have ran through all these little tag teams by now. They would have been feared. I remember when um when Rowan and Harper were together, you feared them two big guys. You don't fear AOP when you see them in the ring, bro. Them boys suck. Jesus Christ. Smack to the face.
Wow.
Another problem with them guys too is that they have no microphone skills whatsoever. I have never seen them talk on the mic at all ever since they've been in wrestling, got released, came back to WWE, got released again, are now back. I have never seen these guys on the mic, so they don't have no connection with the crowd, which kind of sucks for them as well. Um, Hopefully they get sent back down to NXT and they're able to get better because I don't see them doing nothing. I don't see them guys doing anything, but I think Triple H sees something in them. That's why he brought them back.
Right. I mean, I'm looking at it from a candy eye point of view, from a visual point of view. You got two big, huge guys that deliver strong and powerful moves and hits and sales. And yeah, maybe they're not good on the microphone. Maybe they don't have personality, but they serve the purpose to, first of all, their presence alone, being those two big guys. Because we don't have a lot of huge guys like that. So maybe they don't have to have, good mic skills. Do I want to hear from them? No, not really. I really don't care about what they think. I just don't want them to go in, handle their business, do what they gotta do, and then you leave. That's it. Maybe go ooh, maybe go out. Make the hit and make the sales believable. That's all you gotta do for me. I'm not expecting anything else from these guys. If you want to have high expectations for them, I have bad news for you. Jay, you're not gonna get it. this is this is what you're gonna get. If you want high
Um,
expectations, you're just gonna get
come
even
on.
more pissed off. Your rant is gonna be even more ranty.
Exactly. And especially if you're delivering these assholes on Tuesdays. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to be complaining every Tuesday. This is why I say I can't have that. Give them to me every 2 weeks and I'll be fine. Every week it's gonna get annoying. And if they continue on this losing streak, I'm gonna be the same way. Because bro, like Lawan was saying, they brought them back here. They brought them back there. Back and forth of bringing them back, and they've never had crowd momentum to begin with. And you know what it was when they first came out? They bring out Paul Ellering and they beat him up. And then you bring him back. How do you beat a manager up and bring him back? In what universe? If I beat my manager up, I'm not fucking with him, period. He's gone.
Right.
He's ghost.
Mhm.
Now you bring along Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Ellering could have stood in the retirement home because he's not doing nothing and let Scarlett run this 3-man group. Maybe it'll be
Ouch.
more believable. Maybe it'll be more believable with her being, more in the ring and trying to do some poison, some like Venus flytrap shit and poison everybody. And just, just be a distraction. They're not doing nothing. They don't do anything to make their team win. Her or Paul Ellering. Paul Ellering is like 80. He's not so even. Nah. This is why they're not believable to me. You got an old ass manager. You got a female manager that doesn't do nothing. And then you got Karrion Kross, who, like I said before, once Vince put the Spartan helmet on him, that was the end and murder of his character. Because the Karrion Kross that I liked was TNA Karrion Kross. Fire. You bring him here, NXT, he started off fire. You bring him up to the main roster and you put a Spartan fucking hat on his face. Really? You killed him. Killed him. He's dead. R.I.P. Sorry, guys.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Triple J's rant of the night. Thank you, Jay. Let's get some water. Let's woosai, and let's hear this message from Miss Tina.
He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
You want to know what's interesting about that, though? It's actually true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm gonna have to make sure I stay up a little extra tonight, just because of the fact I heard those messages is eerie, like Hennessy was saying. So I got to make sure I don't have nightmares tonight. Hearing the whole world in his hands. Oh my God. Thank you,
Uh-oh.
Tina. Thank you so much.
See what you did, Tina? You done gave the man nightmares. Oh boy, he's gonna be scared to go to sleep. He's gonna be like Nightmare on Elm Street, just drinking coffee and not going to sleep and seeing things, and the pipes is gonna come to life and bang on top of his head. Ugh, it's gonna be terrible for him. Poor baby Jay. You'll be all right.
Wally Wally.
Wale, wale.
Well,
Oh shit.
I'll tell you what, Jay and Lawan, maybe this would cheer you up because we're going backstage and we got our homegirl baby, and she's talking about her title and her match tonight, right? And I have a present. She's sitting right here, and she says,
But right now, I want to focus on your title because tonight you defend the WWE Women's Championship for the first time against Naomi. Where's your head at right now before this huge match?
Well, after seeing Rhea having to vacate her title on Raw, it makes me appreciate this more. And, I'm focused. It's also made me realize that I'm the only women's champion in the WWE right now. And that's not something that I take for granted because we all know that with the draft coming up, things are bound to change. And as excited as I am to face my friend Naomi tonight, there's one thing that's not going to change, and that's me as your WWE Women's Champion.
yes, I hope you guys enjoyed my impression of Byron Saxton as I asked that question to our girl baby. But is it me, or do we have, I don't know, don't we have Roxy Perez as NXT's women champion? Don't we have the Kabuki Warriors as our women's tag team title holders? So that's three women that is actually holding titles. Or am I reading what she was saying the wrong way, Jay and Lawan?
I'm thinking she's saying like I'm the only like single title holder as far as within the main roster. I wouldn't think she was mentioning like NXT or anything, but she knows now like since Rhea doesn't have a title and there's no women's champion that she is the number one champion as far as females in the company right now. So whoever wins that belt on Raw, on the Raw side of things, now we got to look at it the other way around and be like, yo, you're secondary now. Bailey's number one. She's the number one champ. So more eyes on Bailey and a baby. A baby. That's all I got to say.
I agree with Triple J. I ain't gonna say no more or nothing else because everything he said will sound similar to what I was gonna say. So yeah, I agree with Triple J.
See, and this is what I love about the Three Bells podcast table. We ask a question, and you have three different interpretations, three ways of looking at one thing. And I keep an open mind to say, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I didn't look at it that way. Thank you for explaining it that way to me, Jay. Like I appreciate that.
Anytime, my bro. You already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And speaking of interpretations and views, since I have your attention, Jay, and then Lawan to follow, we're still backstage, for we are with Mr. New Jack City Solo and Paul. They still trying to find Kevin Owens and they can't find him. So they do a little thing in the gorilla area. That's where Triple H and them they sit and watch the show. And they're standing there and they're talking. I forgot what they said. Paul asked Solo something, and he looks at his thumb, and then his music comes on, and they walk into the ring because they're gonna do an in ring promo. The notes I got, the only thing that stood out to me was the crowd chanting, "We want Roman," which I thought was very weird and very cool at the same time. What I also thought was hilarious was the boos that Solo were getting, and it was reminding me of the boos that Dirty Dom gets. Every time he starts talking, you hear a loud boom. It gets loud every time he says the first letter of the sentence. It gets louder and louder. I thought that was funny, and the whole melee and stuff like that happened. I'll have you guys explain it. Lawan and then Jay to follow. Why don't you explain what you saw in this backstage that led to in ring with Solo and Paul Heyman?
Hmm. Like I said, I think they're getting ready for something very interesting coming up real soon, man. I'm liking this new Solo Sokola right now because throughout the whole time he's really been in the WWE, being under Roman. He's never spoken or said anything, so the fact that we're getting to see that with this guy is great. It brings something new to his character, so I'm very interested on what's going to continue to happen as far as SmackDown and as far as this Bloodline story.
What I would say like what I caught on to in that background was he was like he asked Heyman where we didn't find him type shit, and Heyman's like, I'm sorry, I can't find him. He gotta be somewhere. I'm not trying to piss you off. You're the last person I want to piss off. And He tells them, you're making decisions you're not supposed to make yet. Only they can be made by one man. And Solo was like, are you done yet? And then, Heyman was like, is your MFT coming with us? And Solo gives him the thumbs up. Yet again, this motherfucking Tama. But, you know, as they were going to commercial while them two were in the ring, I like how they swung around the ring and led to them and then ran right to commercial. That was a smooth way to transition to commercial. And then when they came back from it, Heyman was talking about backstage politicians in the WWE and that he should be on the top list of them. And Solo literally snatches the mic from Heyman and the crowd chanted, "We want Roman." Obviously, they know who the tribal chief is, and he's gonna be more respected now that he's gone. The fans just wanted the title off of him so they can appreciate the man, and now we're seeing the appreciation from the fans. And then at the fact that they threw the ones up, him and MFT threw the ones up, you're like, oh fuck, he's doing it again. But yo, they beat this Tama threw out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was already bloodied. Shit. And he just kept on tossing him and kicking him until they got to the ring. And then, but out of nowhere, you see Kevin Owens get some type of steam and started hitting back. Got in the ring, Luthez pressed him, jumped on him, and then Solo finally killed that momentum by giving him the Samoan spike. And you see Tama trying to get the chair and everything, and all this was right in the middle of it all. See, this is why I like my GM on SmackDown. He's the shit. He stands right there and he's like, bro, you're not going to do shit on my show. Nothing's going to go through me. He's constantly been doing this to the bloodline since he got in the building. Ain't no leeways. You ain't getting no freebies. If I'm there, you're not getting touched. So drop that chair, go to the back, because I got shit to settle with Paul Heyman. Now I gotta talk to his ass on why the fuck this is going on. So y'all two could proceed to the back, and you Solo Sikoa in your old school rock shit. You just missing the fanny pack. So go to the back, chill, and we'll see you later, Mr. Owen 34. And I thank the crowd so much for cheering Roman. I'm going to say it again. He's our tribal chief. We miss him. And I can't wait till we get Tribal Combat Civil War Part 2. I can't wait, Shane. I can't wait. Oh, Lawan, I can't wait, fellas.
Oh man, I can't wait either, man. And I already have it in my mind on how everything's gonna go down. It's my own prediction. I just can't wait, man. I'm not even gonna go into details because I don't want to mess nothing up for anybody else. But I can't wait to see how everything is gonna go because now that the title's off of him, everybody is still on this storyline. So again, this goes to show you that you don't need the belt for your storyline to be interested or people to be entertained by it. So I can't wait.
That is very true, Lawan. Very true. And yeah, Lawan, say less because between you and Jay, like you guys, I don't know if you guys have like crystal balls or something in your houses and you calling all of this stuff that's happening, but you guys is like on good track. You've been calling some interesting things before it actually happened. So yeah, don't spoil it for us, man. But I'm gonna do this. I would love for Jay to explain what happened in the parking lot between Nick Aldis and Paul Heyman. But before you explain, Jay, I want to ask the room a question. I'm talking about Boom and Tina and Hennessy. We discussed this earlier, I guess, before you guys came on. We would love to know What does MFT stand for? At the beginning of the show, Solo introduced Tonka to Paul Heyman as his MFT. Now jokingly, we thinking it means motherfucking Tonga. You know, that motherfucking Tonga. But it has to mean something. If one of you guys or Tina, if one of you all can leave a message to tell us what that means, we would really appreciate it. So, Jay, how about we go into that parking lot and see what's going on? What happened, Jay? What happened?
And you know, you seen all this just grabbing this shit out of Paul Heyman, and he's like, "Do you know whose car this is? This is Kevin Owens' car. This is Tama Tonga's car. We got the draft next week. I ain't tolerating any of this shit. You better make sure the bloodline, equally takes care of this because this is too savage. And if you don't solve it, you know I will." And bro, all this is perfect for this GM position and to be a part of this storyline. I just have a feeling one day all this is gonna get back in the ring. This man is not even 40 years old. So someone's gonna provoke this guy sooner or later. And Heyman, good way to chicken out because you actually now are playing an innocent role. You know that Roman's not making these shots, and you're scared shit of what Solo and this guy can do to you when Roman's not around or Jimmy's not around. So you gotta play it right. You gotta watch the words you say around them too, because either they're gonna put you in a corner and hurt you, or before they hurt you, we're gonna hear Roman's music and we're gonna get some ooh-ahs and some spears. Let's get ready for it. This shit is interesting, bro. I'm hyped.
I also have an idea on what MFT might stand for. I think is my family tree.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. Let's I have a message here from Tina. Maybe she will
I've been
answer.
trying to figure this out all night. I just don't know what that means.
I think Lawan may have had it in my family
My
tree.
family tree sounds so just makes sense from just the storyline on what's going on, what's about to happen. It just makes sense. And he's part of that family tree, so yeah, I think so.
And he labeled him as this is my MFT. My family. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm telling you, and I can't wait for them to actually say it so that I can see the words that Lawan is going to type, and I know he's going to be smiling ear to ear as he type it. I told you what I tell you. Or he's going to do a meme that says, "I told you." But since I have your attention, Lawan, you got me here smiling also. I'm going to start with Lawan and then Jay to follow as we go into the ring. We go to the ring because we have match number 3, fellas. Match number 3. Yeah, match number 3 had old school Carlito from in LWO and Santos with Miss Sexy Electra Lopez. That's when I woke up. But yeah, Lawan, we start with you and then Jay to follow. What are your thoughts on this match tonight? Carlito
One
versus
word, boring.
Damn, bro. Shit, boy. I, yo, I'll put it like this. Why the fuck are we having Carlito in these fights, bro? Every move that came out of Carlito was either too slow or he was missing moves. Like, yo, when Santos gave him the Hurricane Rana from up top, Santos was already on the floor, and this nigga was still up there, and then decides to do the backflip. I said, oh my God, what are you doing up there? Get your ass on the floor. And the fact that, it's like, bro, you're not even selling the hits. If you're going to hit them, chop them, sell it, bro. You're going so slow that you make Ric Flair at his age look 100 times better than you with his chops in his mid 70s. Because, bro, that's what I kept on writing on my paper was this guy is slow as fuck. He got to do something. And the fact that he lost, good for him. Keep on losing. I could have dealt with someone better than him being in this fight tonight. Santos needs someone in the ring that he could get all his moves off on. Can't get a move off on somebody that's in their mid-40s, almost 50, and he cannot sell a fight. Damn, Lito. I used to like you back then, 20 years ago, but this renaissance of you now, You should have stood in PR, cutting some cocos, putting a straw in it, and just drinking it on your hammock, bro. I kid you not.
And it's unfortunate because, Carlito, he looks great. Like he looks amazing for, someone his age. But for some reason, he's like Steven Seagal. He's just like, uh, he's like that guy with the funny run with his arms swinging all around in front of him, and just like, we've always said that this guy, yeah, Steven Seagal, and there's this other Chinese guy named from back in the days. He had a show on Channel 9, and I'm talking slow. As a matter of fact, he was Bill in Kill Bill. That guy. He
Mm,
had he
mm.
had a show back in the days on Channel 9, and you mean slow? He was slow and caught everybody out there. That's what they're trying to say with Carlito. And like I said, you're only getting like a good 47 seconds out of him, even with the
You know what I
commercial.
did? You know what I think it is with a guy with like Carlito. When you brought him back, you didn't give him to us the way he left. You gave us some stupid ass song. We didn't get the I'm spitting in the face of that shit. They didn't give us that. So automatically when you gave us this dun, 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 it feels like I'm at a sweet 16 and I'm grabbing somebody and I'm dancing with them. That's what it sounds like. Bro, should have brought back I spit in the face of,
Mm-hmm.
that's more believable. I could deal with that character. I can't
Right.
deal with like if I'm dancing at a fucking sweet 16. I really can't.
I mean, Jay, why are you dancing at a Sweet 16 party? What are you doing at a 16 party?
I do have a daughter. She is 16.
Oh, okay.
Jungle
Oh.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
No, but I see what you're saying though. Like, because that song and you spitting on the floor like that, that's his character. That's the character that we grew up on and that we loved him for. And you took his essence
Exactly.
away to try to build up this new guy, and you can't. The only time that he's actually good is when he has LWO with him. But for him to be by himself doing a one-on-one, nah, nah. Even with Selena on your shoulders, as much as I like her and love to see her, nah, it just didn't work for me. The only thing I wrote was slow match, Santos win. That's all there was to say. I mean, yeah, that's it. Happy Sweet 16, Carlito. Yeah. I have a message from Mr. Boom. Boom, hit it.
By the way, I missed it because I had a phone call, but I wanted to know what Jay's reaction was. Well, for AOP being in the tag team battle, because last week, or excuse me, a few days ago, I don't like the AOP. Wow, wow. Well, you got your wish about them not winning the match, but still. Wow! AOP, wow! That was you.
Well, yeah,
And
Jay,
they still suck. And they still suck. So I'm gonna be going wah wah until they prove me wrong. Other than that, AOP is trash. Boom. Come on, you got it. You got to admit it, bro. They've had one too many chances and they flopped. They're worse than your average athlete flopping on the basketball court. To be
Boom.
honest, they
If you
suck.
don't, boom. If you don't get out of here with the Shield 2.0, liking these people, bro. They want to be Roman Reigns so bad with they fake bulletproof vests and all that. No, you get the boom out of here with that, bro. Boom.
yeah, and to answer your question, Boom, Jay already went on a long rant. It was probably while he was on the phone. So Jay already went on a rant to answer that question and to show us 100% his thoughts and his feelings and opinions about the AOP.
But yo, Shane, how long have I been talking shit about them, bro? It's been a minute.
Remember, yeah, it's been a minute because apparently they've been giving you reason to. So,
Exactly.
but you know what, Jay, you seem
Talk to
tense,
me.
and Lawan,
Ah,
you seem tired from a long day's work. Let me treat you guys to a beer up here in the skybox in the arena here. Oh no, look who's sitting in our seats. It's the goddamn damage control chicks. Because apparently they came here to watch our main event for tonight. So, Miss Dakota, I guess she's the English speaker for the group. She was saying this, that, and the third, or whatever. I don't even remember what she said. One of you guys probably overheard as we were sitting there. And then the big graphic comes on TV on the jumbotron. It's Jade. But where is Jade? Is she coming out into the ring? No. She's in the skybox right next to Damage Control with her homegirl, Bianca Belair. They also is coming in, sitting in the skybox, so that they can see the main event for tonight. Jay and Lawan, what did you guys think about the setup? Like me personally, I love how they had them in the skybox to give it like a different look as compared to them being like backstage or being in the front row. It was way up in the skybox throughout the whole match. What do you guys think of that, Jay and Lawan?
honestly, I thought that was cool because of the fact is this is like when we're watching a UFC or a boxing fight, we're gonna see celebrities out there viewing, and then we're gonna see potential opponents as well surrounding everywhere. So like when I watch boxing and say it's say Javante Davis and Porter, and now you see Holyfield, Tyson, Spinks, shit like that all around the ring. You're seeing potential opponents and they're scouting and all of that. I think that's cool with the aspect that WWE is going with having, damage control sitting up there and they're looking straight down at their opponents. But then they don't realize two of you are tag team champions. So why are y'all overlooking any and everybody? So of course, with Jade and Bianca coming down, they came down the right way and they looked at them and were like, "Yeah, talk your talk now. I don't hear you." And the fact that Dakota, she's basically, yeah, she's the interpreter of this group. She's gonna talk for them every single time, and it's only but so much that she can say that I feel eventually they could kick her out too. They'll be tired of all that yap yap and watch how out the blue one of them talks English clean. Watch on some bullshit.
I hope that soon, man, because the way EO and Oscar talk, I can't understand shit they say. But it's looking like Bianca Belair and Jay is going to take them titles for them. And the reason why I say that is because one, Triple H is about breaking records, and two, we'll get a chance to see Bianca Belair again, being a history books for being the first being her and Jay be the first African American tag team champion. So she already main event WrestleMania with Sasha Banks, so that's her first breaking the records. First, her and Sasha Banks, first two women to main event WrestleMania as African Americans, and now her and Jay to be the first African American woman champion. So it makes sense.
Nice. And we celebrate with Lawan eating a tater chip. Was that a tater chip or Dorito? I heard crunching.
It's M&M. It's M&M chocolate M&M. It was in the
Chocolate,
fridge. It's just hard as
cold
hell.
chocolate M&Ms. There you go.
It's just hard as hell.
Yeah, yeah. We can hear the crunch in high definition.
My bad. These shit is good, man.
Be-
I prefer
Between
the
your
almonds,
crunching,
but my wife didn't get them yet, so I gotta eat these milk chocolate.
Yes, those are the best ones. The milk chocolates are the best ones.
No, they're not. The almonds are, sir.
the
Nah,
almonds.
I hate almonds. I'll take originals any day.
Excuse
More
me?
more
You hate
more of it
almonds?
comes more of it comes in the bag anyway when you buy it. If I'm gonna spend my close to $2 on a bag of candy, I need more. I don't want less. So the
Oh, they're
almonds can stay where they
smaller.
at.
They're smaller than the almond ones, so it's the same difference.
I,
You
I just
have the
like the fact.
illusion. It's the illusion that you have more, but it's the same.
Right.
Like two pieces is the same as one almond piece. So you're getting the same shit. It's the same shit, different color bags, different name, minus the almond. I love almonds. Are you kidding me? Love
Shane,
almonds.
Shane, his favorite candy bar is probably Three Musketeer.
No, 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 hell no, no,
No,
no.
I think it's Pepsi ice cubes.
Mm.
Nah, I haven't tried
I
that
take a
since I was a
Pepsi any.
kid.
So
Oh God,
up,
excuse
up.
me, excuse me. I'm
You okay?
coughing on zipping on my soda because you're making me laugh so much.
Okay. So okay.
No, no, seriously, it's soda. You would know if it's something else. I would have been
Yeah,
choking longer.
absolutely, absolutely.
Hey,
I'm not
hey,
blowing up.
hey, that didn't sound right.
I didn't
Sorry,
blow up.
I would have been
Not blowing
coughing.
up.
I would have been coughing.
You'd have been coughing, coughing.
Shit
That's the
still don't sound.
difference.
There you
You
go.
know the difference in the cough. That's what he's saying.
I'm
But
sorry.
I'm glad you guys have your snacks ready because here it is. We're at the main event for tonight. They don't do the bell things no more, so we got to give them the bells. We are talking Naomi versus our current women's champion, Bailey. So, before the match starts, something interesting happens. Because remember at the top of the show, we had our match with LA Knight and AJ Styles. And AJ Styles won that match. So word gets to Cody that AJ won, and Cody left a message. Let's hear it.
AJ Styles has emerged as the #1 contender for the Undisputed Championship. Two Georgia boys duking it out in the heart of France. For the first time ever at that, AJ Styles has an unprecedented reputation in the wrestling game. He is the modern excellence of execution. AJ Styles rarely misses. Well, I don't miss either. Lyon, France, Backlash. I look forward to it.
Mm. Interesting that he said two Georgia boys. Ah. I see some big parties going on in Georgia, and there's going to be splits across the board. Like you're going to have your Cody fans, and you're going to have your AJ fans all watching the same big screens at all of these parties. Yeah, this should be very interesting. Like I really like I was really like listening to this promo and the fact that they have that connection that they're both from Georgia. I think that's very interesting. Don't you guys think? Lawan and Jay? That was a question, Lawan and Jay. Or just your thoughts in general about that promo? Lawan and Jay.
Um, about that promo, um, basically just acknowledging, letting letting this man know that I'm coming for him. I'm not gonna miss. This is gonna be a dope match. That's all he basically said in a nutshell. Just acknowledging him that we're gonna face each other and come with your A game, AJ Styles. That's all basically what he was saying. While we saw Shinsuke Nakamura get his ass whooped on a highlight, they just keep embarrassing him too.
Oh man,
Yo,
like
you saw that shit, Triple J?
yeah, like bro, you really threw this guy on the on that part? You didn't have to do poor shit stain like that. Mm-mm.
That was very shady. That,
Yeah,
that was shady.
like bro, like what I got from it was when I heard early on in the show that Barrett and Corey Graves when they were talking and they were mentioning of Cody Rhodes, I thought Cody was in the motherfucking building tonight. I didn't think he was all the way in the UK. And he, sorry, this is pre-recorded. He pre-recorded that shit because in the UK it's damn near like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Come on, ain't no way in hell that was a live recording of Cody. We already know that. Cody, stop it, stop it. If you're the guy, be on the damn show, be on TV. We don't want to hear you overseas. You're a champion. Be here, fight for us, talk your shit, and don't have us being like these fans. Like I see it all over Twitter and everything. They're already saying it. Like, yo, is Cody already boring us because he's not being on TV? Like steadily on doing what he's supposed to do. Like, bro, we don't want you overseas. You're the newly crowned champion. If you're gonna be on TV, be home. Be here with us. Understand that the fact you're talking this Georgia boy shit, you could have came after that fight and presented yourself to AJ, threw your belt up in the air, and be like, look, AJ, congratulations on winning this fight. You ain't getting this shit off my hands. So, that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to see you overseas talking and congratulating him. No. Get out of here with that. Congratulate him next week. I'll see you next week on TV. You know? I'm sorry, guys. I'm going on long talks. You could go ahead, Shane. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, Cody is still in. Well, they had their live show in Birmingham, United Kingdoms. That's why he's down there. Him and several other people, which we're going to talk about during our news clip segment. And if you notice, it also said earlier tonight. So off the jump, we knew that it was a pre-recorded message. Like we knew it wasn't live. So, but yeah, I agree with you. And who knows? Maybe we will see that, between now and, at the pay per view or after the pay per view, the PLE, because all of this led to the announcement, Lawan and Jay, that Cody and AJ, they're going to have their contract signing next week on SmackDown, along with, all together now, night one of the WWE draft. It's going to be a very, very interesting night. Hope that everyone continues to join us. So,
Who
Lawan,
who do you got getting? Who you got going? Might be getting drafted the first night, in my opinion. Who do you have getting drafted? Who do you have getting drafted the first night?
I hope you're asking Jay because I have no idea. I have no
What?
idea. I would keep my mind blank so that I could be surprised.
What you're trying to think like who's going to be the number one overall pick? That's what it is, Alon.
Yeah.
Of course,
I'm
it's
gonna,
Cody.
yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say Cody won. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Seth 2 and Roman will be 4, not 3. Just because not that NXT is in this, I want to see how they do it. Unless they're gonna go NXT 1 pick, SmackDown 1 pick, Raw 2 picks, then NXT. So if it's Raw that gets back-to-back picks, then I could possibly see them taking Roman on Monday nights because we need it. Him and the regular bloodline's gonna shift that way. Him and Jimmy are gonna shift to Raw as the second pick or the third pick.
I think Jay goes back to SmackDown for the simple fact that Monday night, him and Cody Rhodes had a segment with each other in the ring. I think Roman's going to definitely need some help in the early
Like,
beginning of this Bloodline storyline that's about to happen, which I don't want to get into right now because I don't want to say too much. So I think Jay will go back to SmackDown to eventually help his brother out because, again, that's Rock's show. He's always been on SmackDown. Roman's still on SmackDown, and Jimmy's still on SmackDown, and Solo and Tonka is still on SmackDown as well too. So it will only make sense for Jay to get drafted back to be alongside his brother.
I don't know. I don't know about that because my whole thing to it is if you see this, you see how Jay's on Raw and he's main eventing, you know, at least 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times in the past couple of months. The man's main eventing, and if anything, he won't be main eventing on SmackDown. So I rather, like I was seeing like how back in the days we had our NWO red and black or whatever. Now we got Bloodline black, Bloodline red and black, and I could see them having them on alternate shows and then clashing towards the end of the year at Survivor Series. That's what I'm seeing sort of all of this breaking into. Like The Rock, we would know The Rock is going after Cody and such. And with Roman taking this time off, if I could see them not even drafting Roman and leaving Roman as a free agent and letting Roman be like on some Brock Lesnar shit, like I'll pop up here, I'll pop up there, so don't be too surprised I'll pop up at any show at any given time because I'm the tribal chief. So let's see how that shit plays out. I'm definitely intrigued by what they got coming up. So let's let this shit marinate another week until time. See ya.
Well, this conversation to be continued. And the next time we talk about this, we'll probably have a better idea as to who's going to be where, doing what, possibly teaming up with who, or bumping into who and where, or where we have factions that breaks up, or where we have tag team that break up. We've seen this before, and this is a new era. So who knows what type of tricks they have up their sleeves. But I know I have what I have up in my sleeve. I have 2 messages before we continue to talk.
Yep.
It's from Boom.
The storm arrived. Jade Cargill with Bianca Belair riding her coattails. What you got to say about that, Luan? What you got to say about that, Luan?
I mean, well, yeah, Lawan, I mean, we've already explained what that, yeah.
Wait,
One
Luan,
more.
you're wrong. Because Naomi was a women's tag team champion, was she not? I mean, yes, she with Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Mercedes Moné. Weren't they the tag team champs? So I don't think Bianca and Jade are breaking the record that's already been broken.
Is this true,
You are
Luan?
you are absolutely right. He is right. Naomi and Sasha Banks had the belts, and then they left the company because how Vince was treating the women's division. They threw the belts at him.
Right.
So that
How
is
could,
true.
how could we forget
And
that?
you know why we forgot? Because Vince was
Uh,
treating them like shit. So when
hmm?
you get a plate of shit, you seem to understand and not pay attention to certain shit when it's being ignored. So
Right.
yeah.
Well,
So thank you for that,
Luan,
Boom.
yeah, thank you for that, Boom. And Luan, because that happened to you, yo.
Oh shucks.
But don't feel bad. We all get it. I hold the title as the most wonk wonk. I got the wonk wonk title.
Is this the
So
first time, Shane? Is this the first time Luana has been womp womped?
this is his first time. But you was talking about two people,
Oh.
so
Damn
Oh.
Boom. Damn Boom.
It's
Look what you did
showtime
now.
at the Apollo.
Damn Boom. That's why AOP sucks, man. Just for that.
wow. Wow. Shots
thank you for that
fired.
one. Thank
I hope
you.
they get drafted. I hope AOP get drafted to AEW with their shitty ass show too.
In the first ever crossover draft, AEW
Yo,
selects
Boom,
AOP.
yo, Boom, you the goat, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Can you believe that? Can you imagine that? That would be the funniest shit for AOP after to AEW. Mm, mm, mm.
You know what's one
Well,
person I could see? Yo, before we continue, my bad. We know what's one
mm,
person I could see in this draft based on the fact that she's in another federation and she was in the Rumble. I'm looking at if Boom could remind me who's that girl that came out with Naomi? That came out with Naomi from TNA. I forgot her name. Damn.
isn't she the current? Isn't she still the champion?
Yeah. I wouldn't be like, damn, I wouldn't have been too surprised if she would have got drafted either. Out the blue on some random shit.
But why would she be drafted to WWE? She's a champion in TNA.
Just because of the fact that she already got she basically fought already in WWE with that one off. I just, you never know
Right. That's
with what
more.
creative is thinking.
In TNA, they could in WWE they could work with each other, man. So sometimes you might get a surprise guest from somebody from TNA that might get sent over there, just like they did at the Rumble. This is they did this twice now too, by the way, at the Rumble. So let's not be surprised that Triple H could probably be trying to take out the other company, working with another company to help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, like they
I
said,
mean, but that's.
the enemy of the other is my friend. So hey,
Mhm. I mean, this is true, but well, by the way, her name is Jordan Grace, and
Okay.
is
Okay.
the she is the current knockout world champion. So I can see her doing a guest appearance, like how she did at the Rumble. But for her to be drafted into a brand, that I don't see. That's what I'm saying. But the guest, absolutely, I would love to see her again in the WWE ring. But Boom is responding, y'all.
Jordan
Boom.
Grace is her name. Jordan Grace.
Yes, Jordan Grace. Thank you, Boom. So this is it. We are at the final match, our main event, Naomi versus Baby for the women's title. Jay, why don't you explain what happened? And Lawan, you could fill in the blanks on our main event.
Well, with this match, honestly, it needed more action from me. I was one that caught the match late, so I replayed it and I looked at it, and you know, I wasn't satisfied. It didn't feel like a like a title fight. The beginning of it did when they were doing the talk, like introducing Naomi and Bailey. That was cool. I like that fight feeling. But everything else, I don't know. I didn't even write much. The only thing I wrote was about this fight was I saw a couple of knees by Bailey, couple of elbows, and then the back and forth punches that they were doing. I thought that shit was cool. And then Tiffy, my baby, Tiffy, thank you. Thank you for saving this match because it bored me to death. And you came and you definitely went with your move, the prettiest, that prettiest moonsault. You hit it and it landed so perfectly on the two. Thank you for saving the night, Tiffy Tom. Only if I was young again.
Match could have been much better. At some points I felt like it was dragging, not only because of the commercials, but the problem I have with some of the female wrestlers is just sometimes they just look slow in the ring. So I like Naomi. She's a good wrestler. She's not the best. Sometimes she's good, but she's not the best. Um, I think she just needs to work on a little bit of things as much for her to get over a little bit much better because she has the crowd already. She's just a little slow sometimes, and her reaction time is a little off. But the match was just slow to me. And thank you, Tiffany, for hitting that moonsault, man. She was hitting her wrong before when she got drafted. When she first got called up, now she's hitting that moonsault like perfect, man. She does that very, very well. And I wasn't expecting that either for her to come out of nowhere.
So then it's fair to say that the winner of the match was Tiffy Time. That seems to be the thing with the fellas here at the table. Tiffy Time won that match because we like Tiffy. It's been a while that we've seen Tiffy fight, but it's good to see her. And I don't know. I mean, the match was okay. I wouldn't say that it was like the top match, but yeah, it was okay. And because Tiffy Time came in, that means the bell rang. There was, I mean, what do you call that? Do you call that a disqualification, or I don't know what you would call that? But the title is not exchanged, and Bebe remains as our title holder. So congratulations. Yeah. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our recap for Friday Night Smackdown. Yeah. Yeah. So what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do next? Let's head over to the other side of the table because it is time for news clips. Good evening, everyone. It's me, Shane O'Magumble, coming to you live with our news clips for the week. A champ in the ring and in the bed. Our U.S. champion Logan Paul has announced earlier on his podcast Impulsive and on Instagram that he and his fiancee Nina are expecting a kid, for he shared an ultrasound pic. Congratulations, Big Daddy Logan and Big Mama Nina. Also, Ruby Riott, remember her? She's now in AEW under Ruby Soho. At the end of Dynasty, she showed up in the ring and she brought her partner, Angelo Parker, into the ring. And she was a little nervous, but then she said, "I'm pregnant." She didn't know how to say it, so what she told us that she was pregnant. So she was like, I'm nervous. I was so nervous I didn't know how you would react. And without saying anything, he grabs her by the face and gives her a big smoosh kiss of approval. Congratulations to you as well on your new bundles of joy coming soon. Matt Cardona. We also know him as Zack Ryder. He is Chelsea Green's husband. So during the weekend, he suffered a torn pec. Like how Cody did. Remember he did that steel cage match versus Seth Rollins? And he took his jacket off and you saw that big red mark on his chest and his shoulder and his arm. That's exactly what Matt suffered. But he had surgery this week, and it was a successful surgery. He's on the road to recovery. So congratulations. The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast. So Matt talked about him being a free agent. And on social media, he's been posting videos that has some to believe and speculate that he might be part of the Uncle Howdy storyline. Hardy said that he's been doing things on social media to create hype for himself. And he ends by saying he also confirmed that he's had talks with WWE. So maybe it's possible. Forbes magazine is making noise for they had a list of the most valuable sports promotions. Let's run down the top 5. Number 5 was Matchroom Boxing at $850 million. Number 4 was One Championship at $1.3 billion. This company that everyone laughs at because sometimes their arenas is half empty. AEW, everyone, $2 billion. Number 2, WWE at $6.8 billion. And number 1, UFC with $11.3 billion. This is not money as in money they make. This is the value of the company. So you got to think grander, more big than that, and that's how they came up with these numbers. Speaking of numbers, WrestleMania. They are considering moving WrestleMania week. Why? Because the WrestleMania week we just experienced, although it was successful, Saturday it went toe-to-toe against NCAA's Final Four. And then that Monday, during Monday Night Raw, it went against NCAA Finals. So they're thinking about moving the week up, but they want to be careful to avoid Easter Sunday. So we got to keep our eyes on that. Past Wednesday, we had a WWE Speed. Johnny Gargano, he beat Mr. Garza to advance to the semifinals. So next week, we got Ricochet versus JD McDonough. And after that would be Big Bronson Reed versus Johnny Gargano. And by the week after, we'll see who the 2 finalists are. Good luck to the fellas. As we talked about a minute ago, because of Cody, WWE had a live show at Birmingham, United Kingdoms. We're reporting this because Gunther, remember Gunther, our Intercontinental Champion? He was in the building and he was part of the 4-way match that they had with him, Sammy, Finn Balor, and Chad. Of course, Sammy won. Damian Priest, he defended his title against Kofi Kingston. And of course, Cody Rhodes, we saw the video, he defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. And the special report that just came to the desk about an hour ago, hopefully I pronounce her name right. If I don't, Jay and Lawan, correct me. Xia Li and Jinder Mahal has just quit WWE while SmackDown was on. They're saying that there are other names of people that has quit or has been fired. As soon as we get that, we will report it to you live for our Monday show. Jay and Lawan, are there any other news that you guys would like to add that I probably missed?
I heard from Logan Paul that Logan Paul was saying that his brother might be joining the WWE once he finished boxing.
Really? That would be interesting. Very interesting. Don't you think, Jay? Jay?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think we're bound. I think we'll get that for SummerSlam, if anything, since it's in their hometown. So I wouldn't be too surprised at that. But like one thing I did see, like news wise, was the fact that do you remember the shirt that CM Punk made? I mean that Drew McIntyre made when he buried supposedly buried CM Punk. CM
Mm-hmm.
Punk is now releasing a shirt the other day. He released the shirt the other day with it saying Drew McIntyre 2024 2024 with CM Punk's face now looking into the dirt. So, Drew was kind of tight in his response to it all, and this shit is funny because it says that Drew died at WrestleMania 40, and CM Punk is throwing the deuces. Oh my God! what a way to get back at him, you know. And that fight card that you was talking about where you said that they had that intercontinental match. The other matches on that card were Cody Rhodes beating Shinsuke, and Damian Priest beat Kofi Kingston to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. Ricochet beat JD McDonough. Jay Uso defeated Drew McIntyre. Becky Lynch defeated Piper Niven, and Tegan Knox and Natalya defeated Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. This was all live from WWE Birmingham.
Nice. That's a nice lineup. Cool, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Surprised Kofi got a title shot. Keep an eye
Mm,
on that. Let's keep an eye on that because, you know, Kofi probably gonna be like, look, I want a title shot. So maybe this is in the works that he's probably next in line, or he's two guys later. So I could see Kofi SummerSlam too, fighting for the championship. Kofi Slam, that'll be cool.
He also never got a rematch after he lost to Brock Lesnar, so he should be entitled to that.
Facts,
please.
for sure.
Oh, that was horrible.
That
That
was
was.
horrible. I hated the way that Vince did that to him. Oh my god. And that match pissed me the fuck off. I think that was the first SmackDown on
Yeah, we was all pissed off, dude. Like because I knew Kofi wasn't gonna win, but like that, come on, dude. That was just ugh.
That
Thanks
was
for the memories, man. See, you didn't have thanks for the memories. God damn it.
right.
All
I
right.
apologize, man, but it's true, man.
Go ahead,
Yes.
let it out. Let it out, Lawan. Let it all out.
Uh, yeah. Mm. You know what? I'm gonna calm down by playing these awesome messages before we hit our birthday shout outs. Let's hit a message.
That might
Boom.
change tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Steph Doolander is challenging her. So that might change tomorrow. But who's Steph Doolander? I can't remember the name she used, but she was on NXT and she was Indy Hartwell's buddy and tag partner in the, what was it, the 2.0 era? But, yeah, I hope Steph Doolander wins.
Okay. One from Tina.
I'll see you guys on Monday because I'm back. Yeah.
Tina, how the hell did you do that?
Okay.
How
Because
did you?
that's Dez's peoples. That's what it is. Uh-huh. Dez
You
is sneaky Friday. He
Sneaky
uh-huh.
Friday. Sneaky
Somebody was
Friday.
mm,
mm-hmm. Somebody was digging some holes. That's what it is.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
Mm-hmm. Now we know every time we see Tina, that's really Dez.
mm,
Hmm.
mm. And you know what? Just because, and maybe this would give me reason to throw shade back, I'm going to play this other one from
And oh
Tina.
yeah, as always, matter of fact, Shane, you may have the honors. You've been doing it great all week.
You know, this
Yo,
dude
he
is supposed
must.
to be on vacation.
The might be losing, man. If he's talking, I'm sorry,
Is
but the
that
Mets might be losing.
Nah, the
good?
Mets are winning. Lindor just hit a 2-run homer.
Just hit a
Oh,
homer? Damn.
lucky
Yeah,
ass.
it's 6-4 Mets in the top of the seventh.
Oh,
Woo!
You know what
saying
the
late.
Mets stand for? My entire team sucks. METS.
I don't care, and I don't care twice. I'll be satisfied with my 2 championships. Y'all can have all 27. It doesn't matter.
Let's go
Don't
Yankees.
matter. Yankees.
Let's go WWE. WWE. Let's WWE. SmackDown, Raw, NXT, in the place to be. And if you're confused, don't worry. I have messages from a guy named Confused. What he
I wanted to
says.
ask y'all, but I doubt it's going to happen. Do you think Cody Rhodes is going to have a longer title reign than Roman Reigns? I don't think so, but I wanted to.
No. I don't
Nope.
see it. That's going to be really long. And I don't see it. I just
No,
don't.
no, 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 no.
I don't see it. His involvement, like the difference between him and Roman was in a storyline that was just so amazing that was how that helped, in my opinion, that helped with the length of his title ring, as opposed to Cody. He's more, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like almost like this one dimensional, happy, excited, eat your vitamins, stay in school kind of guy. And yeah, I don't want to see this for what 3 4 years. No, I don't want to see this. And the thing with Roman, like I said, he had these people that was behind him, so we was more engaging. That's there to go. He was more engaging. We wanted to see more, as opposed to Cody. It's like, oh, he's not in this week. Oh, okay, cool. You know, I mean, do you guys agree with that, or do you guys see him breaking Roman's record? Luana and
I
Jay.
don't know. I don't see him breaking his record at all. Just like you stated, man, what Roman did holding that title kind of changed the WWE. It's back to more people watching it now. I even have a lot of
Mhm.
my old school friends watching it. Roman Reigns has got a sneaker deal out of this. I
Hell
believe
yeah.
he's the first WWE superstar to ever have a sneaker deal. So I just couldn't imagine what's going to happen for any other of the superstars, anybody else that wants to be able to buy wrestling sneakers and be able to wrestle in that type of attire, man. So that's just
Facts.
different. That's dope. I would never thought in my life that I would see anybody as a wrestler get a sneaker deal out of this. He's the first wrestler with Cody Rhodes, the main event, WrestleMania twice, man. So I gotta give props to him, even though he didn't do a lot of the work in and all that. I just gotta give him his flowers because what he did for the company from the pandemic area till now, and what is still going on now, gotta hang his hat to him, man. And that's the reason
True,
why he
true.
held the title that long. Because if you look at all the history that's past, now that he doesn't have the title, it's just you look at it and say, shit, this man, this even though he didn't do a lot, he did a lot.
Hmm. You know what's crazy? That you mentioned the sneaker deal. Last night, I was sitting back and watching. on YouTube. Complex sneaker guy talking with like wrestlers on in their sneaker game and shit. And he interviewed Triple H, and he asked Triple H, do you see any wrestlers getting a sneaker deal? And this was prior to Mania 40 that they did this. And then this news hit. It was like Triple H kind of already knew, but he couldn't let the cat out the bag with all of it as far as with Roman's deal. And I seen it's gonna be Air Reigns, which is fire. I don't mind getting a pair of some Air Reigns and the logo on the tongue. What? That shit is fire.
Nice. And I'm glad you guys said that because you guys totally answered the question. There's nothing else to say. You answered it so wonderfully. Thank you guys. There's one more message from
And
Confused.
another thing is, do y'all feel like the storyline for like the head of the table is still going on for like Roman Reigns and their whole family? Because I feel like it'd be a great story change if Solo was the head of the table and the Usos had to listen to Solo, and then Solo and Roman Reigns kind of go back and forth in this whole head of the table thing. I feel like that would be a great ass storyline.
He's gonna make me want to tell me how I feel on what this shit is about to go down, how everything's
Nope.
about to go down.
Nope.
It's gonna
Don't
make me
do it.
want to say it.
Nope. Don't do it. Remember, you said you're going to hold back.
You're confused. All I'm gonna let you know is that the final
Don't.
boss is calling all the shots. That's all. I'm not saying nothing else.
Thank you.
Yo,
Thank you.
Shane.
Don't be that guy that comes out at the first showing of a movie. We all standing on the line and you say, "Yeah, Denzel Washington died. Can you believe he died at the end of the no?"
Yo,
And also,
Shane.
look, final boss and confused. Also, the final boss is the only bloodline member that didn't lose at WrestleMania. So
Mm-hmm.
just put that in your head and think about what the fuck is about to happen, bro.
Hmm.
Yo, Shane.
Yes,
Shane.
sir. Yes.
Tina said not to play that last message until you do birthdays. Wink,
Okay.
wink.
Okay. Why is Lawan laughing? He knows something.
Because I said Tina.
Oh
Damn
boy.
you, Tina.
Oh boy. Okay, well, I do have two other messages here that I could play before that. So I'm supposed to play Tina's after the birthday shoutouts? Okay. It's a homegirl spotlight. Hey,
So with
Pudding.
that being said, Tina Smallwood, Three Bells Podcast, ding ding ding. Anyways, hey Triple J and Chanel Mac, Tina Smallwood, yes. Anyways, what's up? Hello, I am. Is that Luan? Hold on there. I'm looking.
That is
It
Luan.
is Luan. Get it done. All right. I'm listening for a minute, but I'm supposed to be at Running Fat while we chat because I forgot that you told me to. But I'll be back. I'll be back.
Shout out to Spotlight.
Yo,
Hey,
yo.
Put. I don't know what that was.
Spotlight knew it was Dez the whole time. You heard it with the whisper. Hi, Tina, Dez.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She knew. She knew.
Uh-huh. Shout out to Spotlight. Okay, we're gonna skip you. Oh, Des is gonna be mad that he's missing this one. You know who this is, Jay.
Welcome
Hit it.
everybody to Stereo Radio. We're live right now on this Friday night. We got the SmackDown recap. Carlito puts over young talent. Good for him. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. You have a new WWE Tag Team Championship belt. It looks fucking awesome. I love it. And I love those guys trying to get heat on Triple H. That was great also. And guys, we got number one World Tag Team Championship. We got the Street Profits going over. What about my man? They don't want none! AJ Styles! A thumb in the eye. A finger in the eye. And you got a phenomenal forum. You got a new theme. You got your number one contender to the Golden Boy. It is AJ Styles. I love you guys.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the special Three Bells Rap 30-second wrap up, courtesy of the announcer, Mr. Greg. Greg, thank you so much, man, for your love and your support and for that shout out. And I see how you're doing these announcements, how you're doing this recap. So I'm going to play your messages after we recap our Raw, NXT, and SmackDowns. Because if we play it early, you're going to give it all away. All right? So keep doing what you're doing with your recaps, but we want to play it like towards the end of our recap portion of the show. Fair enough? And we'll gladly play that. Speaking of playing, guess what time it is, fellas? It's my favorite time of the night. Birthday shoutouts. If you're celebrating a birthday this week, we like to say happy birthday. For you also celebrated with these superstars. Miss Lita. Lita. She celebrates at 49. And Miss Excuse Me, Vicky Guerrero. She's 56. And me and Yam, we know her as Minchin. Over here kicking it with her boo, Keith Lee, on her birthday as she celebrates 35. And Steve Lombardi, also known as that dirty-ass Brooklyn brawler from back in the days. He's 62. And a special heavenly birthday for William James Meyer, also known as George the Animal Steel. Born 1937 and passed away in 2017 at the age of 79. And we all know this guy, Roderick George Toombs. Roddy Piper. Oh no, I don't have his year and date. I gotta find the year and date. But I also want to give a personal birthday shout out to my pastor, Bishop and Mayor of Village of Hempstead, Bishop Wellen Hobbs Jr. He celebrates his birthday at 62 years old. Jay and Lawan, are there any birthday or anniversary celebrations you would like to shout out?
Unfortunately, this week I don't have any, but salute to everybody that you gave birthday shout outs to. To your pastor, to fellow wrestlers. Man, Brooklyn Brawler repping Brooklyn. Shout out to you, my guy. And, blessings to everybody. We only live once.
Shout out to the birthday shout outs to everybody. Good job, Shane. Every season is almost up, y'all. Our season is almost up, guys.
I hear you. And again, with Roddy Piper, he was born 1954 and passed away at 2015 at the age of 61. And just as promised, we're going to play this message because I was asked to play it during our birthday segment. This is from Wink Wink Tina.
Well, now that I've revealed myself, I just want to say, hopefully you play this during birthdays and anniversaries. I just want to give a big shout out to my auntie who is celebrating her 31st year anniversary with the MTA. I love her so much. She's the reason why I'm a part of the TA right now. And shout outs to my auntie, 31 years, and she's retiring this summer. So I love her. Thank you guys so much for playing this message. Hopefully you do. And by the way, no LeBron, the Mets are not losing. They are winning in LA. Shout outs to the Three Bells podcast. It's your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself. I love y'all. You guys did great this week. LeBron, Shane, Triple J, much love. See you on Monday.
Shout out to Auntie. Happy anniversary. And thank you so much for everything that you do for the MTA, as well as you, Des. Thank you so much for doing everything you do, and for each and every person that does everything and anything at the MTA. Thank you guys so much for doing everything from getting us to where we gotta go safe and sound. God bless all of y'all, man. Mm. Well, that was our show for tonight. But before we end this show and any show here at the Three Bells Podcast, we have to ask that one awesome question. Fellas, what is your Three Bells match and moment for the night? We're going to start with Lawan, and then with Jay, and then I give mine. Hit it.
Um, Match of the night will be the tag team match, I guess. Or it's a toss up between the tag team match and LA Knight and AJ Styles. Toss up between that. SmackDown was a decent show. Um, I don't see them really doing too much until the draft starts. So good job on SmackDown. And shout out to Auntie, happy birthday, and thank you what you do for the MTA. Congratulations.
No bells for him before I go.
Here you go.
My match of the night, I'm gonna go with it. You know, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. And, you know, the reason why I picked it is because AJ's just that damn phenomenal. And, you know, us here at the table, we don't really fuck with LA Knight like that. And we can see why he's a mid card guy, unfortunately. And I would say the moment of the night tonight for me, since I don't have a move of the night, there was not too many moves that had me going, oh shit. But the moment of the night, I would say, will be when Tama Tonga dragged out Kevin Owens, and we got that new blood, as Shane was saying in the chat earlier. We got that new era blood.
That's right. You get more blood, y'all. More blood. So my match for tonight, you know what? I'm going to go against the grain here, and I'm actually going to say our main event, which was Naomi versus Baby. You'll understand that, first of all, Naomi, she is awesome when it comes to using the ropes. I like how she uses the ropes. She has a lot of cool moves on her. And I also like the smartness of Bailey. And even though these was two good friends, they didn't hold back to me. A lot of technicals in there, which was probably why it went a little slow. But you know, the women did their thing. They main evented. It was a title match, and it was good to see Tiffy Time come in and to interrupt and to add more to their storyline, especially with Naomi, because you know Naomi does not like that little girl at all. So I like this match, and I like where it can possibly go from here. My moment of the night, a moment that a lot of people didn't see, but I saw it in the corner of my eye, is when Tyler Bat fell into the ring in the corner of the ring. I'm telling you, after the show tonight, like just go on Twitter and type Tyler Bat, and you're gonna see Bate, and you're gonna see. I keep calling him Bat. Tyler Bate. You'll see what I'm talking about once you type his name in. That is my match and my moment for tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it, everyone. That is our show for tonight. We'd like to thank everyone so much for joining us tonight on a Friday. We know that there's so many things that you can do on this day, but you decided to stick around and join and listen to us. So we thank you so very much for doing that. We really appreciate it. Don't forget that you can join us tonight and every single Friday night at 10:15 for our SmackDown wrap up, and on every Monday for our Raw wrap up at 11:15, hosted by our guy Mr. Mundo, which will be returning on Monday with a whole bunch of new stuff, a new bunch of material, including a special surprise for us guys here at the table, as well as all our listeners. You don't want to miss that. As well as every Tuesday for our NXT recap at 10:20 p.m. And you can catch us on our YouTube page under the name The Three Bell Podcast. So we're going to have, and a special thank you to everyone that left messages, Boom, Tina, Spotlight. I'm surprised we didn't see Drew. Probably see her Monday. Hennessy, thank you guys so much for tuning in and leaving messages. And Confused, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you join us again. And a very, very special Three Bells thank you to our main homie LaJuan for joining in and sitting down with us, man. We really, really appreciate you sitting down with us and giving us your input and your knowledge and your perspective. It definitely had me changing my way of thinking and definitely opening my eyes to so many possibilities moving forward. So LaJuan, thank you so much and bless your knowledge, man. Just keep on being there with us, and we're going to keep on keeping on to give you a reason to stick around. So thank you so much. Any final words from LaJuan? Final words from Jay before we close?
I can't wait to see what tomorrow's surprise is. I am clueless.
Well, with me, as always, I like to thank everybody that's been listening to us all night. It's the weekend. It's 420. Everybody better get lit if you do. Plenty of Pepsi for you. Plenty of Pepsi for me. Plenty of Pepsi for everyone this weekend. Everybody have a great weekend. Trust me, it's going to be a hell of a weekend. And I can't wait to that surprise from Tina / Dez.
Would you like to say goodnight, LaJuan? Would you like to say goodnight, LaJuan?
Good night, guys. Stay safe. Have fun. We out of here. Three Bells Podcast.
And it's me, everyone. Here comes the money. Your homie, Shane O'Mac, saying thank you again so much for joining us. Looking forward to an awesome weekend, and we hope to see all of you for our Monday show at 11:15 p.m. Until then, good fight, good night. And as Mr. Mundo would say, no yeet.